Hi guys, this is back with Elliot. Sadly Ron is in holiday. He's in holiday right now in France. So it's just me, but I'm going to be going over the World Cup as we promised. I'm sorry I'm very late, but I'm going to be trying to go over it. First match of the World Cup, we had Mexico versus South Africa. South Africa got 2 red cards, Mexico got 1, as Mexico came out on top 2-0. One CDM from South Africa stood out for me called Sithole. I don't think he did quite right. I don't think he did very well at all, with a red card after giving the ball away that led to Mexico's first goal. So I think he got like a 3.9 rating, which actually turns out to be higher than Bukayo Saka's match rating in the Champions League final, which he got a 3.7. So, just saying. In Group A, we had Republic of Korea, so South Korea, versus Czechia, Czech Republic, and Korea won that 2-1. That was a very good result for them. I think that's going to help them a lot in the group stage this early on. Then we had Canada and Bosnia and Herzegovina, however you bloody say it. 1-1 draw. I think that's actually quite surprising. I think Canada has a very strong team. I don't know what their group's looking like, but I think Canada should come out of the group, depending on what the other half of the group looks like. Then we have USA versus Paraguay. USA comfortably win that 4-1. I think that's what we all expected. Yes, Paraguay do have a few good players, but USA have a bit more quality to them. Then we have Qatar and Switzerland. That is a real shocker, in my opinion, with a 1-1 draw. Considering... Oh, when was it now? I think it was the Euros? No, it couldn't have been the Euros. It wasn't last World Cup. Switzerland knocked out France in an event, I can't remember which event it was, because of Jan Sommer saving Mbappe's penalty, and that was the deciding penalty which knocked France out. So I'm surprised a team that can knock France out of a World Cup has then drawn to Qatar. I don't know if it was a World Cup, but hey ho. Next match, wait a minute. Next match, okay. Then we have Brazil versus Morocco. The 6th best, well, Brazil being the 6th best team in the world and Morocco being 7th. I think it is. I think it should be a close game with Morocco getting to the semi-finals in the last World Cup. I think Brazil got to the quarters. But that was a very good game to watch. Vinny Jr., great goal for him. And great goal for Sadeh for Morocco. Very good match, very entertaining. It did get boring after a while, but it's a close match, and I think that's what we all expected. We're going to have Scotland versus Haiti right now, and this is Scotland's first win in a World Cup since 1990, which I find mind-blowing. So very happy for them, and they have got a bit of a tough group, so we can only hope for them. Next, we have Australia versus Turkey. Australia win 2-0. I think that should have been a closer game. I think we all expected it to be a closer game. But Australia shown in the last World Cup when they got knocked out by Argentina in the quarterfinals that they are a good side and they are proven to be a good side. So, respect for them. When we have Curacao versus Germany. Germany win 7-1. I think Brazilians are going to be looking a bit scared because of that, because if you don't remember, when was it now? I think it was 2014 or 2010. There was a thing that is now known as the Brazil, where Germany beat Brazil 7-1. So history might repeat it. History has obviously repeated itself there, and Germany, a very good side, have proven that they are ready for this World Cup. Next we have Japan versus Netherlands. Netherlands got to the semi-finals of the World Cup last time, so to draw 2-2 with Japan is quite surprising. But then you can actually see a lot of development from that Japanese team and from the players, and how I think they're going to be a dark horse at the tournament actually, because they always plan to go further than what people think. People always think they're going to get knocked out in a group stage, but I think they've actually got a good chance of at least getting to the quarters. We'll see how they do. Next we have Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. I think Ecuador should have won that. But I mean, fair to Ivory Coast, they've got a lot of good players, like especially the one coming up right now being Diamond, who is I think Liverpool's most wanted player. So good for them. Next we have Sweden versus Tunisia. Sweden win 5-1. I think that is a very reasonable result. I can't actually name a good player from Tunisia, if I'm being honest. So first for Sweden. Next we have one of the most shocking matches of the tournament. Spain versus Cape Verde. 0-0 draw. And the Cape Verde keeper and defence being unbelievable. 40-year-old is the Cape Verde keeper, and he kept a clean sheet against the team that won the Euros. What a game that was. Cape Verde, absolute respect for them. And again, turns out Cape Verde's handball against Spain actually had more possession than Arsenal in the Champions League this year against PSG. And again, I find that really, really shocking. Next in G, we have Belgium versus Egypt. I think Belgium should win that actually. Obviously Egypt have got quite a good amount of players, like Marmouche. I mean, I know Salah's getting on, but he's still performing in the Premier League. But with Belgium's quality of KDB, Lukaku, gosh, I'm losing a lot of players. Courtois. I think they should still be able to beat teams like Egypt, so we'll see how they go in the World Cup. Next we have Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. Good result for Saudi Arabia, unlucky for Uruguay. Should Uruguay have won that? Possibly. Saudi Arabia, they beat Argentina in the first match of the World Cup last time. So I'm not actually going into this World Cup thinking, oh, they're an absolute poo. I think they're going to be another dark horse of the tournament, if I'm being honest. Next we have Iran versus New Zealand, 2-2 draw. I think that's quite a close game, just looking at the teams. So 2-2 draw seems fair. We're going to move on straight away to France versus Senegal. I think it's unlucky for Senegal because France's team this year is scary. Like Barcola, Dembele, Mbappe, Elise, Cherki. Like, I think if France was to form a second team, it could still beat England, to be honest. So I think that's actually a pretty good result considering it was against France. So fair to them. I think the only trouble that France are going to have this World Cup is they've got too many players that I think they can do it on their own. Like Mbappe, he is a world-class player and he's going to want a lot of glory. Dembele, Ballon d'Or winner last year, he's going to want a lot of glory because he's just won the Champions League 2 times in a row with PSG. He's going to want it. Elise having an amazing season, scored an absolute banger against Ivory Coast, I think it was. Or was it Ireland? I don't know. But just look, France are a scary team. Next we have Iraq versus New Zealand, 2-2 draw. Seems. Iraq versus Norway, with Haaland getting a brace. I think we do expect that, because if you've not seen Norway's team this year, they are looking scary. They look scary, and like with Odegaard threading the passes through, and what other players have Norway got now? My mind's gone blank. I do apologise, but I think Norway are a pretty dangerous team if they're able to get out of the group, because they've got France in their group, Senegal in their group, and obviously Iraq. So I think Norway are another dark horse of the tournament. Next we have Argentina versus Algeria. What a match. Messi getting his first World Cup hat-trick to make him draw with Miroslav Klose of getting the most World Cup goals ever. And I think he deserves that, because to show at his age of 38, almost 39, scoring hat-tricks in the World Cup, showing that he is still the main man, he is still the GOAT, he is still on that top level, he is above everyone still, even at 38, he is showing quality there. And I think Argentina are not going to be looking to win it, but defend it. And as proven, I know it's Algeria, but it's Argentina, the past World Cup winners. I think they have a good chance this year as well. Next we have Austria versus Jordan. Jordan, I think this is their first World Cup. So to get that as their first result, obviously it isn't great for confidence, but against a team like Austria, I think they should take it and just move on to there. Next we have Portugal versus the Democratic Republic of Congo. What happened there? João Neves scores an absolute banging header in the 6th minute, just for Jovan Visser, the new Newcastle striker from Brentford, to score in either the 40th to the 42nd minute. Another header, and it remained that for the rest of the half, well, the second half. I find unbelievable personally. Ronaldo had loads and loads of chances where he could have passed the ball or had a better shot, and he's fumbled it all. And I personally think Portugal aren't going to get too far in this World Cup, all because of Ronaldo. Let me explain. Because Ronaldo wants more goals and is getting old and wants the World Cup, and this is his last World Cup, he's going to be wanting the glory. He's going to be wanting every chance that he thinks he can get. He thinks he is still in his prime. He is not in his prime. I'm going to be honest, he is he's just poo. He is poo right now. So I think if Ronaldo's to start every single game for Portugal for the full 90 minutes, like he did against Congo, they will go out quite early. Next we have England versus Croatia. What a win for England, 4-2. Got a lot of revenge on Croatia over the past few years. Croatia have absolutely dominated England for a few World Cups now, but England finally get their own back, 4-2. What a game it was. Honestly, that Croatian keeper, I swear he just pops about every World Cup for just randomly, because he shows his class in his match. He shows he is proven at a top level. And to play for Dynamo Zagreb, I think it is. What a keeper he is. Today, we had Ghana versus Panama. Good result for Ghana. I think it is expected over Panama. But good result for them. Still doesn't take any away from it. Let's have Uzbekistan versus Colombia. Good win for Colombia. Again, expected. But good on Colombia. And then today, at 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock, we have Czechia Republic versus South Africa. I think that's going to be quite a close match, because both teams have lost their first match. So we'll see how they both do. Then we have Switzerland versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. With Switzerland, with both of the teams drawing, I think that's also going to be quite a close match. I think with Canada and Qatar, again, both teams did draw. But I am going to say Canada do take that one away. Should take it away. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I will try and keep you all updated.